Hello, hello, hello. I'm Bike again, your main, the real Bill Real. Folks, I'm bringing y'all this edition because it's needed. Last week, the rapper known as Kanye West went to the Oval Office with the late, great, he's not actually late now, but Jim Brown. And he talked about some issues that affect black people, and not only black people, but black people that are in Chicago. And during this conference, uh, this meeting, he brought up the issue of prison reform, which is connected to the 13th Amendment, which basically says that if you are in prison, then they could use you as a slave to work at all of these corporations, and they can pay you literally cents every hour to do these jobs. He also talked about um, the schools, how they need to teach programs that are interesting and that are relevant to today. And he also talked about the notion that every black person is just supposed to be Democrat. Okay. After meeting with President Trump and telling him that he, loved him and, likes his policies, you had black people come out of the woodwork, pundits, so called celebs, attacking him, saying that he's a token Negro, he's a black person that doesn't read, basically saying that he acted like uh, an Uncle Tom. Okay. And I just want to say this one thing: the forces that want to destroy America are billionaires like Soros and a few other ones. And they know that if they can wake up the sleeping giant, which is the black vote, the black conservatives, that they're not going to win the midterms and they're not going to win the next election. And President Trump will be successful at building a wall to keep out illegals, which harm our country, our financial bottom line. And we will get manufacturing jobs back in the United States, which will put more black people to work, which will cause them to be stronger as a people. So when you see black people on TV acting as if they are so outraged, it's not that they are outraged, it's that they are paid to speak out in a way to make other black people say, oh, well, there's probably something wrong with that. But if you use your common sense will tell you that there should be no one or no black person against prison reform. There should be no one that is stating that there needs to be manufacturing jobs brought back to not only Chicago, but to other cities that have been ravaged by Democratic policies. And that we should take a look at what the Republican Party has proposed for black people. But that's too much like the right thing to do. See, the problem is the crabs in the barrel mentality that a lot of black people have. They see one black person, getting a leg up. Oh, oh, let me just pull you down. They see one person that's not aligned with the monolithic thinking, and they say, "Oh no, there's something wrong with you. You're crazy. Why are you not thinking like us? Why are you not doing what we're doing?" And essentially, that is what is uh, the divide in the black community. We have a lot of black people that are led by the Christian church, uh, Masonic pastor, sellout, Boule member, okay, connected to his fraternity. And he has loyalties to people that are not wanting to see black people progress, truly come up out of the ghettos and be on top, believe it or not. So uh, when you have somebody like a Kanye West come out and say, hey, you know what, we need to be able to have things a little bit better than what they are right now. We need to turn some things around. They see that as a threat. They see that as other rappers saying, hey, you know what? Maybe there's some truth to that. They see the young that are coming up saying, hey, maybe I should adopt that as a policy for me. So when you have these things happening, it's very scary for them because the last thing that they want is an informed black populace voting Republican, which is the original party of black people. The Republican Party was started to free the slaves. The party that was for slavery was the Democratic Party. So they don't want the black people to know this. They want the black people as a whole to think that the Democratic Party is for their advancement when the Democratic Party is in fact for the stagnation of black people, for the pacification of black people. As long as you don't get any further than just the hood or government housing or Section 8 or WIC or what Section 8 is going away, but all of these government handouts, as long as we can give you government handouts, be satisfied with that. You don't need anything else. So we have a rift that is going on right now because many black people are waking up and they're walking off of the democratic thought plantation, and they're seeing that, hey, there's life that can be had on the side of being a conservative, a Republican. And the left is afraid that more black people will begin to wake up and see that the Democratic Party has done nothing for black people for the last 50 or 60 years. So when you see all of these comedians or rappers or entertainers coming out and acting like they just cannot stand Kanye West, and they act like he's just the biggest, Brutus that there is, and he just betrayed the black people or whatever. It's just a bunch of crap. They have this belief that, if you're a black man, that you cannot like any other white person. Like if you like a white person or if you shake a white person's hand, oh, you're an Uncle Tom, you're a sellout. And that is lunacy. And black people need to wake up and realize that they are being treated like a minority. A minority, as a true definition, is a person that is a youth, a person that cannot make decisions, a person that cannot vote, that cannot think for themselves. So whenever someone identifies with being a minority, that's what that means. So that's something that people should always, shun. But I just wanted to drop this video just to let you guys know what's going on in plain terms so that you won't be fooled by the media and people that speak up and make you think that they really want what's best. The next time you hear them criticize someone like a Kanye West, ask them, well, what's their solution to some of the problems that are going on in the black community? And you will hear crickets. I promise you that. That's all for today. I will talk to y'all later. Peace.